Good morning, everyone. I hope that you are feeling well rested and you're ready to discuss a challenging topic today. Now, before we get into our topic, I'd like you to quickly review what we talked about last week in our teacher training workshop. So, if you remember, in the first session, we discussed tools will be used in our course, the course objectives, the course assessment, how we are assessed in this course. We already experienced using online tools like Padlet, Zoom. What's more, we already created a private group chat on Zalo where you can send messages, make announcements, send and receive materials. Do you have any question about what we talked about? Oh yes, Ming. What was the questions? Yeah, that's a very great question. I know many of you have the same questions as Ming. Ming asked, for the final assignment, the group project, micro-teaching, can the lesson be taught by only one person instead of all group members? I said that it is a group project. You co-work with other teachers to design a lesson plan using the knowledge and skill you learned in the course. It is a lesson plan you will co-work to design, so you have to co-work to teach it online. For example, Ming, how many members are there in the group? Okay, good. There are 3 members. Okay. For example, there are 4 activities in the lesson plan your group design. So, in your group, you discuss with each other to think about the person who is going to teach activity 1, activity 2, activity number 3, and activity number 4. Ming can lead the warm-up, and then Hoa can teach the second and the third activities. For wrap-up and homework, maybe Nguyen will be responsible for. When one person is teaching, other teacher have to support, like help her to adjust the slide, collect ideas from students. Understand? Is my explanation clear to you? Okay, good, excellent. Does anyone else have a question? No questions? No more questions? Thank you. So, let's move on to the topic of our training session today. Our topic today is about teaching vocabulary online. Okay, so now think and share ideas with me and with other teachers in our course about teaching lexical items online and offline. Are they the same or are they different? Can you use the same activities in an in-person lesson to an online lesson, or you use different activities? Now think and post your ideas, your comments in the chat box or on the palette. I can see that many of you mentioned the lack of technologies when you teach online. Okay, students don't have computers. internet connections is poor. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much for your participation in our discussions. So, do you remember the natures of teaching vocabulary? Yes, the nature of a vocabulary lesson is to provide our student with the knowledge of the words. It means that you provide your student with the spelling of the word, the pronunciation of the word, the meaning, and the usage of the word. By the end of the lesson, the student will be able to say the words, to write the words, okay, to make sentence with the words. Okay, so we can see that the nature of an online lesson is the same to an in-person lesson. But we have to use different activities because we teach online. Okay. Here, I want to review the principle of teaching lexical items. First, use visual stimuli like pictures, digital images, flashcards to present new words. Secondly, we have to connect the word with the context so that after the lesson, students know in which situation they use the words. Next, we can build up our student confidence with word group or word clusters. And what's more, keep new words practicable. Finally, let our student voice be heard. We encourage them to talk about the words, to use the words, to say the words, and to write the words. Okay? So, I mean the nature and the principle of teaching vocabulary in both online and offline lessons are the same. Now, you think and share your ideas with me and with other teachers in our workshop about the activity you like to use when you teach online or the activity you don't use, of course. And you can use, um, you can raise hands to talk, okay? Besides, you can post a comment in the chat box and on the palette, okay? The link is in the chat box. Thank you so much for sharing your ideas with activities you often use, you like to use, and you don't use when you teach lexical items online. Thank you so much. And now, you are going to watch a video. In this video, the teacher talk about activity she uses to teach vocabulary online. While you are watching the video, please take note. The activities she uses when she presents new words, when she asks her students to practice and revise the words. Let's get started. Now, I want to hear the voice. Who want to talk about the activities the teachers in the video use? Ming, please. Thank you, Ming. Hoa, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. And you can see that In the video, the teacher used different tools for different activities, for different stages in her lesson. She used flashcards, she used games, right, yes, various activities and various tools for an online lesson teaching lexical items. To summarize this, you can see that we can use videos, images to present new words. It means that we can use a conversation or a dialogue to present new words, and then to encourage our students to use sentences, we can use Padlet for students to write their sentences. Or you can use some website for the student to create a story or short conversation using the words. Finally, for revision, teacher can use online quiz. So, that's about activities we can use when we teach online. So, what about tools? In this part, we are going to discuss tools we are going to use for teaching online